Have you ever felt stuck in a tough situation with someone who's rude, selfish, or overly narcissistic? How do you deal with it according to Stoic philosophy? Let's find the answers in this video, where we'll provide practical tips on how Stoic principles can help us navigate these challenging situations. So, don't miss out on this video. Before we begin, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to support our channel and stay updated with our latest videos. Now, let's get started. Stoic philosophy, originating from ancient Greece, was embraced by philosophers like Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius. This philosophy has three fundamental principles that are relevant in this context: self-control, empathy, and wisdom. Focus on what you can control. Why is Stoic philosophy relevant when dealing with difficult people? We all know that interactions with difficult individuals can be very challenging. Emotional control. By understanding that we have control over our emotions and responses, we can more easily maintain inner calm when dealing with difficult people. Empathy and wisdom. Stoicism helps us to not view difficult people as enemies but as individuals who may have specific reasons for their behavior. This allows us to interact with more empathy and wisdom. Focus on what you can control. By focusing on what we can control, such as how we respond to situations, we can avoid frustration caused by attempting to change others who may be unchangeable. So, Stoic philosophy provides a strong framework for dealing with difficult people. By practicing self-control, empathy, and focusing on what's within our control, we can engage in interactions with greater tranquility and wisdom. Egoistic individuals tend to be very self-centered and often disregard the needs or feelings of others. For example, a friend who consistently prioritizes personal gain without considering how their actions might affect their friends. These characteristics can be challenging as they create an imbalance in relationships, where one party continually feels neglected or manipulated. Narcissistic individuals have an excessively high view of themselves and often seek recognition and attention from others. For instance, a boss who constantly praises themselves and believes they are superior to other employees. These characteristics can be challenging as they can lead to unbalanced relationships where the needs and contributions of others are often ignored. Rude people tend to be less sensitive to the feelings of others and may speak or act in a demeaning or insulting manner. For example, someone who frequently criticizes or humiliates others in public without caring about how it may hurt their feelings. These characteristics can be challenging as they can create tension and conflict in social interactions and damage interpersonal relationships. All three characteristics are particularly challenging because they often lead to imbalances, tension, and conflict in social interactions, causing emotional discomfort such as stress, frustration, and anger, and can also impact the mental and emotional well-being of others. Part 3. Stoic principles for dealing with difficult people. The first principle is emotional control. Stoicism teaches us that we have full control over how we respond to situations. This means we can control negative emotions like anger or frustration. For instance, when faced with a challenging situation, like a conflict with a difficult person, we can choose not to respond with anger or other negative emotions. Why is this important? By controlling our emotions, we can maintain inner peace and make wiser decisions in difficult situations. The second principle is empathy. Stoicism encourages us to understand the perspective of others. For example, when dealing with a difficult person, like a selfish coworker, we can try to understand the reasons behind their behavior and how they perceive the situation. Through empathy, we can build better relationships and reduce unnecessary conflicts. The third principle is focusing on what you can control. Stoicism teaches us not to be overly affected by things beyond our control. For example, when dealing with a difficult person, remember that you can't change their personality or actions. Focus on how you respond to the situation and how you can maintain inner calm. This helps you avoid unnecessary frustration. Application in real-life situations. Let's see how these Stoic principles can be applied in real-life situations. For example, if you have a selfish coworker who often takes advantage of teamwork. Emotional control. Instead of getting angry or upset, you can control your emotions and remain calm. Avoid responding with negative emotions that would only worsen the situation. Empathy. Try to understand that your coworker may have insecurities or personal reasons for their selfish behavior. With empathy, approach them with more understanding and perhaps find better solutions together. Focus on what you can control. Realize that you can't change your coworker's personality. Focus on how you can maintain productivity and team harmony, perhaps by finding ways to distribute responsibilities more fairly. By applying these Stoic principles, you can deal with difficult people more wisely, maintain your personal well-being, and potentially create positive changes in your relationships with them. Example 1. Epictetus and the difficult student. One of the most famous Stoic examples is Epictetus, an ancient Greek Stoic philosopher who had a difficult student. This student often behaved disrespectfully and was hard to control. Epictetus didn't respond with anger or expulsion. Instead, he patiently continued teaching Stoic principles with empathy. He understood that the student might have deep issues and struggles with changing his behavior. Eventually, the student transformed for the better and became a loyal Stoic follower. This demonstrates how the use of Stoic principles, like empathy and inner calm, can bring positive change in difficult individuals. Example 2. Marcus Aurelius and the rude guard. Another historical example involves Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor who was also a Stoic. He once dealt with a rude and threatening palace guard. However, Marcus Aurelius didn't react with anger or retaliation. Instead, he remained composed and spoke wisely to the guard. He tried to understand the pressures and emotions the guard might have been experiencing. With this Stoic approach, Marcus Aurelius successfully diffused tension and peacefully resolved the issue. Example 3. Everyday experience, dealing with a difficult boss. A person following Stoic principles encountered a highly abrasive and authoritarian boss at work. Instead of responding with anger or retaliation, they chose to understand that the boss might have hidden pressures or personal issues. They remained calm, focused on their tasks, and avoided unnecessary conflict. Over time, their composed and professional attitude improved their relationship with the boss, leading to better interactions. All three examples show that Stoic principles, such as emotional control, empathy, and focusing on what you can control, can be applied in various real-life situations, including dealing with difficult people. Through a wise and empathetic approach, Stoic individuals can alleviate conflicts, maintain personal well-being, and even create positive changes in their relationships with difficult individuals. Thank you for watching this video. If you found the content helpful, please leave your comments below with your thoughts. And remember, sharing is caring, so share this video with friends who might also benefit from this insight. We'll be back with more valuable content. See you in the next video.